You might walk around smelling like an apothecary shop, but your hair smells good. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Seyi and this is the Daily Seyi, where we talk about all things life, beauty, style, etc, etc. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in and being a real one. Today, I'm going to be talking about my hair, how to maintain it, and just how to keep it from like itching very badly, etc, etc. So I like saying etc, etc. I just realized that. But background on my hair, I have type 4 hair, 4B, 4C. In the front, it's more so 4B. In the back, it is 4C. I feel like it grows pretty quickly. Like this is 3-week hair right now, and you can kind of see that it's already growing out. I also deal with dry scalp, which is very frustrating. And it's something that honestly, I don't think really started until maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Something that I never thought that I would be dealing with, but here I am. So when I put the braids in, obviously like the first week was fine because it's fresh braids, but like right after that is when I started to notice that my usual dry scalp tendencies were appearing. And the problem with that is that you see all the parts of my head. So it's very prominent when the flakes are ting, trying to show themselves and just trying to say like, hello, I'm here, present. And it's kind of annoying. I had to figure out, how do I get rid of these freaking little flyaways, and how do I maintain my hair without like scratching my head off? The first thing I realized after doing all the research, trying to figure out what I can do to help tame my scalp. Number one, peppermint oil. Peppermint oil, after doing all the research, is a great, I believe they say it's like a kind of like an antiseptic in a sense, where if you put some peppermint oil on like a little cotton swab and just kind of dab on the areas that you're experiencing the most itching, it will, one, soothe your scalp. Like it's peppermint oil, so you're instantly gonna feel this kind of cooling sensation. Now, I don't apply the peppermint oil every day. Do not apply peppermint oil to your scalp every day. I don't think that is healthy for your scalp, and I also don't think it's good to be using essential oils directly on your scalp every day. But for those moments where you're experiencing intense itching and you probably already like washed your scalp, then that was one alternative for me, like directly after I did my hair, because I think that my scalp might have just been irritated a little bit by the synthetic fibers in the hair. But on top of that, I've also made a concoction, just two ingredients that has helped to keep my hair at bay. I combined toner. Now, for my face, I don't use witch hazel toner, but this recipe called for witch hazel toner. So I use witch hazel toner, and then I use a couple drops of tea tree oil in said toner. Put it in a spray bottle, shook that up, and sprayed it on my head. And that, I kid you not, has been a lifesaver. It has legit calmed my scalp down. Again, cooling sensation, tea tree oil, already doing that. But the toner, if you don't know, a toner for your face basically helps to prep your skin for the rest of your skincare products, but it also helps to bring balance back into your skin after washing your face, which is why I always say do not skip toner. I feel like toner is probably one of the most important steps. I believe that the toner helps to balance out like the scalp. Whatever is going on in the scalp that's causing kind of like this excessive dryness, excessive itchiness, I believe that the toner helps to balance that out. And coupled with the tea tree oil, I think it's just an overall soothing sensation that keeps your hair feeling good. You might walk around smelling like an apothecary shop, but your hair smells good, your hair feels good, and you're not over here, because that's my thing. I be doing this. I need to stop. That's no longer cute. And I concentrate on the areas where I usually experience the most flaking, which is usually for me like right here, and then on my edges. Usually I tend to experience more flaking. And also, if you are a person who works out very frequently, like I work out pretty frequently, like frequently enough where sweat can like build up in my hair. As soon as I'm done working out, I take it out of the ponytail and I let it get air. So I let it dry out, because if I let the sweat kind of just sit there in a ponytail, it's going to start doing what sweat does, which is cause itchiness. So I remove the ponytail holder and I just kind of shake my hair out. And if I'm driving, usually I'm driving back home from my workout, I like to just let the wind kind of breeze through my hair because it will dry it out quickly. And then I do tip two. Tip 4, moisturize your scalp. Even if it's in braids, you want to make sure you're moisturizing it. I use a leave-in conditioner because it's spray bottle and it's just easy to get all my scalp. Tip 5 is to oil your scalp. So you want to do it in that order. Oil is not going to moisturize your scalp, just like oil won't necessarily moisturize your skin. So I learned that the hard way, that I need to actually provide moisture to my scalp that is not in oil, because I'll put oil on my scalp and then a day later, boom, itching again. But once I've been doing it where it's the toner, tea tree, moisturizing, leave-in conditioner, and then oil, I noticed such a big difference. And then finally, tip number 5, you do want to be washing your braids. I noticed that in the braids, I do have to wash it every 2 weeks. So I washed it a week ago, and then I'm going to wash it in the next week. And that's mainly because I work out. So again, there's going to be sweat buildup. But then because I'm also moisturizing my scalp pretty frequently, there's just going to be product buildup. And those two combined is going to lead to an itchy scalp. So the 2 things I use to wash my scalp is the Cantu ACV rinse. So what I like about this bottle is that it has this little nozzle tip, and I just put it on my scalp and I kind of like massage it into my scalp. You want to try to get like all the crevices of your scalp, and then you just want to massage it with your fingers. Massage it with your fingers and let it kind of like foam up a little bit. A little tip that I do, I like to let it sit for like 15 minutes or so to really let the ACV kind of do its thing. I try to make sure that I'm also still rubbing it in as well while I'm letting it sit, because I do want to make sure that the ACV is getting out the gunk that's on my scalp. And also that ACV rinse feels really good when you rinse it out. I think it has some tea tree oil in it, and so your scalp just feels very calming, very soothing, very cooling. Feels great. Once you rinse it out, you do want to go in with the shampoo. I realized that going in with the shampoo is necessary. So interestingly enough, I used a color shampoo, like shampoo for colored hair, and that shampoo was very moisturizing. It's from Shea Moisture, and it's their, I think, color treated hair shampoo. It's in a purple bottle. I'll show it here. But essentially, I used that, and what I noticed about that is that it still kept my braids moisturized without it feeling like my scalp was feeling hella dry or hella stripped. What I do is that I put the shampoo in my hand, and then I take a little bit, my hands are wet by this time, I take a little bit of shampoo and I just rub it in. I repeat, I do not put the shampoo all over the hair. It's honestly not necessary, because the main thing I'm trying to get is my scalp. It's the scalp that's itching. The rest of the hair is fine. It's just really the root that is the issue. So focus on the scalp. Do not put the shampoo on the rest of your hair. Not only is your hair going to be heavy from water, but it's just going to be hard to get all that shampoo and water out. And sometimes when you leave water in your hair, it can lead to mildew, and mildew tends to start smelling. I have a shower head that's kind of like that, not kind of, it's detachable, which is very convenient. Now you will get like some parts wet, but that's okay. Just use a towel dry it, and let your hair air dry. I would not do this before you go to sleep. I don't know, I feel like wet hair before you go to sleep just is not comfortable at all. So definitely do it during the day when you are able to let it dry out. Lastly, for maintenance and for obviously styling purposes, I go in with a mousse. I use this one from Tresemme. Is it Tresemme? Yes, from Tresemme. And I apply that directly onto my palm, rub my palm together and apply it directly on my hair. And I usually tie that down with a little do-rag or a scarf to kind of mold it to my head. But again, because I'm applying mousse fairly frequently, I do want to harp on the fact that you do need to wash your hair. Those are my 6 tips for maintaining your individual braids, your knotless braids. I'm sure this technique can work likely for straight backs as well. So I hope that those tips are helpful. I paid somebody to do these and it was a pretty penny. I'm trying to get my money's worth, okay? Which is why I want to try to extend these to 8 weeks. So I'm gonna see if I can extend it for that long. Hopefully I can. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching today's video, and I'll catch y'all in my next one. Until next time, bye.